Yeah.
Hi everyone, I'm Ryan Lund, and welcome to another episode of the Supper Club Social, where we review restaurants, movies, and TV shows and talk about home bars, cocktails, and pop culture. My co-host today is trained by the dark arts of DIY, MREs, and MYOFs. He can't walk on water, but he sure can distribute it evenly throughout his yard from the months of April to October. It's Roy Smith.
Hello, nice to be back.
Yeah, welcome back, Roy.
Yeah, new year.
New year, new show.
Not a
Same
new
show.
me, though.
Not a new you.
No.
It feels exactly the same.
Yeah.
Roy with us today is an old friend of mine. He's got Midwest nice roots. He's loyal to a fault and proud of it. He worked at the mall, and he's a fan of football. It's Adam Henderson.
You know a lot about me.
So welcome to the show.
Hey, thank you. It's awesome.
Thanks for coming.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Did you have a good New Year?
I did. It was pretty laid back because I had to work at 4 in the morning the next day.
That's a
So
hoot.
I went to bed early and.
So you just partied the whole time, 24 hours straight?
I went to bed at like 8 o'clock.
Oh,
and
smart.
I had to have my wife wake me up to give me a kiss at midnight. So
So let's see. That would be New York. That'd be
You'd
like
be an hour shorter.
Europe.
I know, like I could have waited till 9, but I just couldn't do it.
Be
I was
England
like,
time, I guess.
It's just that morning shift. It gets you.
Sounds good. Well, to start off the show, we'd like to run through a couple of prompts here. We already touched on one. The best part of New Year's is the New Year's Eve party or the day off on New Year's Day. Sounds like you had neither, so...
I had neither. Yeah. I have an opinion on it, though.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah, it's day off after.
Okay.
Yeah, because whether you're hungover or you just have the day off of work, that's a good day.
It's a win-win.
Especially
Yeah,
if
you
it's
want to be in
paid.
bed. You don't want to be at work, so that's
Yeah.
way better.
Especially if you're getting paid to not be at work.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, that's a double
Absolutely.
treat there. Yeah. So you're with the day off, huh, Roy?
Yeah, I'm going to go on with the day off.
Okay, smart. Very mature answers today.
We're older. It makes more sense for us.
New Year's Eve or New Year's resolutions. Take them or leave them.
Yeah, leave them. I mean, have you ever made one actually happen?
I can never remember them, Roy.
Yeah.
But I'm sure I've accomplished a few.
Yeah. I don't know. I think it's just something to try to make you feel good about the coming year.
Sure.
I just think they're good if they're obtainable. If you can
Yeah.
actually, if they're unrealistic, then it's like, what are you doing? Like, that's not going to happen. But,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think what it makes me think of is it's like this one time where you are simultaneously reflecting and looking into the future.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, I should probably do it more often. Like,
Yeah.
okay, I'm going to do this resolution because of that. And how often do you do that throughout the year other than just like,
The first
I
month.
can't do that again.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I like the spirit of a resolution.
No, it's positive, but just make it realistic.
I try not to do the weight loss ones and stuff like
Yeah.
that. It's kind of boring.
Said the skinny guy.
Yeah. No,
shit,
I always try
Ryan.
to save money, and then I'm like, I want to save more money, and then I realize my kids are in sports, and one's travel sports. So it's like, yeah, there goes that resolution as soon as spring comes around.
Wait until you get one in college.
Oh,
Yeah, that's probably our old drain on the old
Emma.
finances here. At this point, the winter break, I wish it was another week, or I'm looking forward to getting back to the grind. Did you get much of a winter break? Do you work all the way through it, either of you?
I was off this whole week.
Really? I know, Roy. People don't know.
Yeah.
My job requires me to be at work every day of the year, so
Really?
I had no break, but I like having the kids at home. It's nice to come home and not have to worry about picking them up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah, that was nice. The first
I'm a fan
week.
of the kids being at home, so.
that's true.
First
So,
we go on a break, just driving straight home, not having to go to the school.
yeah.
Oh, yes,
That was
it's
nice.
awesome.
I mean, it cuts down on like 2 hours worth of rigmarole on each day of
Yeah.
morning and afternoon stuff. Mm-hmm. But they're hungry little bastards.
Oh my God, yeah.
I mean, you can't feed them enough.
My son, oh yeah, you have nothing but sons, so yeah.
Oh,
my
yeah.
son's that way. My daughters eat like birds, so they're simple, but my boy.
I have a daughter too.
Oh, you do? I am so
Yeah.
sorry. Yes, you got
Thanks.
the baby girl. My bad, my bad. Yes.
She's,
Yeah. My son could eat all day
yeah.
and not be hungry.
He probably burns more calories than anybody we know.
Oh yeah, he's always running.
Yeah, he's a mover. Well, that's kind of all the prompts I had today. We really got a lot of landing
Yeah, you did.
range out of those. But
Been on for 5.5 minutes so far.
quick episode today.
Yeah.
No,
No.
What else is on your mind though, Adam? You so you're a family man. You are
Chiefs
gainfully
fan.
employed.
I am a Chiefs fan, absolutely.
Sounds like you're a fan of the Chiefs. And
You know that.
well, I can't step on other stuff we have going on later.
Oh, okay, okay. I like it. I like not knowing what's happening. This is going to be good. I'm excited.
Have you ever been on a podcast before?
This is my first one.
All right. Were you ever in a band or anything?
No.
No.
I did just get a ukulele for Christmas, though.
Oh,
I
nice.
plan on learning the ukulele, and I just learned my first song. It's very, very basic, but I was very proud of myself, and I hope it works out really well. So.
Did you purposely get the smallest instrument possible?
Well, it was funny. We were in Pullman visiting
What's
my daughter.
with this toy guitar?
No, and we were at like a sportsman outlet, and they just had one, and I noticed the strings were spread apart really well, and I have big fingers, so I was very excited. I'm like, and I just like the thought of having a little instrument on my lap, and I told my wife, I go, I'd really like a ukulele, and she just remembered it, and next thing you know, I'm opening up one on Christmas Day.
She probably was like, yes, I know what to get him.
She's like, oh, okay, I got a good gift for him,
That is the best, though.
Yeah.
You know the song "Somewhere Over the Rainbow" by the Hawaiian guy?
That's how we all know him because we can't pronounce his whole name. Yeah.
And
You
this
know
is
the
only-
story on how he wrote that song? Made me think of it because it's ukulele.
How he wrote that song? Or
He didn't write it.
Or recorded it.
recorded? Okay.
He
Was
just
that
wandered
one take?
into he just
Yeah.
wandered in at like 3 a.m. and recorded it, and that was the version that got out there.
Yes, because Judy Garland is, I think, the original singer.
He smoked pot with Judy Garland.
Hell yeah. How old is he? Or
He's
died.
passed now,
away.
yeah.
I think he died rather young, actually.
Yeah.
Tragically, probably.
I'm sure it was cardiac.
Yeah.
Oh, why?
I don't know. Just a guess.
Just a
Assumption,
guess.
Just a hunch.
With all due respect, though, if that
Yeah.
big man with them big fingers can play a little
Sure.
ukulele, I should be just fine. So
Yeah.
I'm very excited about
Looking
it.
forward to hearing Somewhere Over the Rainbow next time we have you on.
just want to be a grandpa someday playing songs for my kids around a fire. I think that'd be fun. So
Guys, that reminds me of a song. Let me get my...
Yeah. There is a lot of newer bands that have ukuleles in
Yeah.
their music, too.
yeah.
It's a very hip thing to do. You're always so hip. You're always with it.
Head of the times.
Thought we had it
I don't know if
on.
I agree with that, but I appreciate you noticing that. That's nice. We
Roy-
both know Corey, and Corey's always the coolest one we know. So it's like if we can live up to his standards, I think we'll be okay.
Yeah, he lives on the cutting edge, and he's just hanging from it.
Yeah. It's too much. It's too rich for my blood. I can't be like that. So
Roy, did you get anything cool for Christmas? Did you get a taser like Scott Lewis?
No, I didn't get a taser like Scott Lewis. I did get a nice, it's going to age me,
Oh yeah.
my ailments, but a nice little back heating pad.
hey,
Man, that thing.
I was about to say
So
Walker,
nice.
but that's something
Oh.
I could relate to. Like,
Yeah, we're
oh yeah,
getting
that
there.
sounds nice.
That's coming. I'm sure that's coming down the line. But
Walker
yeah.
with heated grips. You kidding
Oh,
me?
yeah,
Forget
that'd be
about
great.
it.
And then the seat's got to be heated when you're waiting. Just sit down.
That's good.
No, but it's great, man. It's like a 20-minute timer.
Yeah. Oh,
The
nice.
thing at full blast.
So you just put it on, sit
you
back.
just put it on your chair and just lean into it. And it's just like, oh.
And do you tend to seize up when it turns off automatically? You don't realize it's been like 30 minutes and turn
No.
off for 10?
No, but it's good. That's probably my favorite gift I got.
It'd be impossible for me not to fall asleep in that situation.
Yeah.
Like, it's just too nice.
That is nice. I've had one of those for a couple of years. I usually only use it like when I'm sore. Not
Yeah.
like, is it so you turn it on every time you sit down?
No, just when my back's flaring up.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
You know, from
What?
serving for your freedom.
Oh, psh. Thank you, Roy.
You're welcome.
Roy told me a couple days ago that his service served me better than I've ever served him.
Do I have to service you guys here? Is that what's going on?
Well, you know, we
Teach
do
their
have a
own.
back part of the bar.
Is that why he broke the box?
Yeah. I was really getting into the servicing part.
Oh
Yeah.
no. Okay.
Well, let's.
I gotta go. So
He's got a ukulele lesson he forgot about.
Yeah, right. Cool. Well, let's put a pin in this segment. We'll move on to the next one and get some cocktails going. Welcome back to the show, everybody. We are here for happy hour. We have Adam Henderson here, who has just taken several months off of drinking and is coming in hard with a Sazerac.
Yes.
I promise I don't have a problem. It was just a choice.
Yeah. No, that's good.
Now, a Sazerac is one of me and Roy's favorite cocktails. We consider it one of the three horsemen of the cocktail apocalypse.
That's right.
The Manhattan, the Old Fashioned, and the Sazerac.
Which is a blend of both.
Yeah, it's a nice little marriage. So
It's like they had a baby.
there is no vermouth in this, which separates it from Manhattan. It's very similar to a Old Fashioned, if an Old Fashioned had an absinthe rinse.
So I say it looks old fashioned.
Roy, do you have anything to say about this cocktail?
I sure do, Ryan. Thanks for asking.
Should we taste it before you?
Before it? Yeah,
I
sure.
mean, you've got like a novel to
A
read.
little
so-
sip, a little sipper.
Yeah.
Smells nice.
Oh, no, that's lovely.
Yeah. You get the lemon.
No, that's awesome.
The hint of citrus when you put your nose in it.
Interesting. Mine's a little different than I remember it.
Yeah, well, it's
That's
different.
good.
We've never had
That's
it with
good.
this rye before either.
That's true. Yeah, that's what we like to do is mix up the different type of ryes and all this stuff. But all right, go for it,
Right,
right?
here we go. Here's my little blurb.
Yeah, the lemon's nice. Yes, you're right.
The Sazerac is a close cousin to the Old Fashioned that traditionally consists of rye whiskey or brandy, bitter, sugar, and absinthe.
I already
drink-
said all that.
Well,
I was just spitballing
maybe
when I
shouldn't have
said all that.
Maybe you shouldn't have read it.
It's already up here.
The drink was
who is this
reportedly
guy?
been consumed in some form as far back as 1838,
Wow.
with the cocktail itself becoming trademarked in the 1900s by the Sazerac Company, which is normally the rye that we use, is the Sazerac
Yeah.
rye.
Which is a Buffalo Trace product.
It is. And it's what they use at the Grand.
That's really good.
That's a little fun fact for you.
Yeah.
The Sazerac Cocktail was crowned the official cocktail of New Orleans in 2008. Through this distinction was hardly needed, official status or not. The Sazerac has always belonged to the Crescent City. I've never heard New Orleans being called the Crescent City,
The Crescent City.
but it's on the internet, so it must be true. It's believed that
That's
the first
what I hear.
Sazerac,
Yeah.
were made with French brandy, Sazerac de Forges et Fils Cognac. I'm sure I
Perfect.
murdered that, but you know.
Perfect.
Oh, wow. Bringing up murder. New Orleans cocktail. Real
Oh.
nice, Roy.
Fuck yeah, my bad.
Good job.
Yep, that was too
Real,
soon.
real sensitive.
Rather than now standard rye whiskey, the earliest iteration of the cocktail is said to have originated from Antonio Amidi Pichaud.
Pichaud. That's the
Captain
bitters.
Picard,
Yep.
a pharmacist from Saint Dominica. Sure, a French colony in what's
are the
now
Pichaud's
modern-day
bitters?
Haiti. Pichaud relocated to New Orleans. Oh, was he the guy that made the Pichaud bitters too?
Yeah.
Wow.
Same name.
Yeah. Around
You
the
should be a
time
detective.
of the Haitian Revolution, where he opened an apothecary that sold, among other things, his namesake. Oh, look at that. The Pichaud bitters.
Look, you're ahead of yourself
Yep.
and behind yourself at the same time.
Like other bitters of the time, Pichaud was originally marketed as a curative before making its way into the pantheon of great cocktail ingredients. The story goes that the businessman began to combine his bitters with brandy, sugar, and water, then market the resulting elixir as a health aid. It always makes me feel better.
I like how a cocktail used to be called a healthy elixir.
Yeah.
We should just
Eventually-
start calling them that.
Hey,
Yeah, eventually this cocktail
makes you
grew
feel
in
better.
popularity to the point where locals sought it out wherever they were, sick or not. And the Sazerac cocktail was born. Around 1885, after Europe's Florex epidemic decimated French vineyards, grape-based brandy was replaced with American rye whiskey as the Sazerac spirit of choice.
Very nice, Roy.
You killed that.
You nailed
You
that.
Pat
killed
myself
that.
on the
You
back.
absolutely got in a
If
truck.
it makes you feel better, if I ever get the opportunity to do this again, I'll read it.
Yeah.
And I'll make you feel better about yourself.
I like that.
Yeah.
You're a team
You
player.
can react to how horrible I am.
Yeah, and I've had this for like a good half hour, and actually I had it yesterday.
How many times did you look it over?
Not once.
Not once. Yeah. See,
And I've read it
that
before
makes
too.
better.
I'm sure.
I feel like that's better. Do that.
I'm sure I've read this one before because we've had this on the show before.
Well, final thoughts on the cocktail before we move on to our cocktail, our happy hour game here. Very nice. I would say it's the third of the Three Horsemen you should have, because it's
Well, you got to try the originals first.
the most boozy.
Yeah.
Well, I guess it's the same as old fashioned. But if you don't like absinthe, that black licorice, that's the
That's
stuff you smell, but
Yeah.
it's not in the flavor.
It's just a
'cause
wash.
It's
yeah.
discarded.
It's subtle if anything. But I like the aftertaste. That's what I'm really digging
Yeah.
on right now. Like the
Yeah.
flavor in my mouth right now is
Yeah.
it's perfect. It's
It
awesome.
might be a little light in the sugar department. Old recipes call for a sugar cube. I just had.
No, you can't get those anymore.
You can't get sugar cubes anymore?
Nope.
Oh,
We just had this conversation at
Oh,
Christmas
yeah.
with my aunt and uncle.
all those damn horses.
Yep.
What's the connection there?
They like sugar
eat
cubes.
Sugar cubes.
They ate them all.
I was like, "There's horses in sugar cubes."
Don't you know
Is
this?
that why?
Yeah, that's
I was thinking the glue that makes.
all that holds it together.
And we're back to murder. Okay.
Yep.
Roy took it there. He always
Yeah,
takes.
I
that.
know. I should have proofread it. You know.
Have I told you about my father?
No.
No. Okay, we'll move on. Okay.
Is there a Dateline special about him?
Probably should have been. Anyways,
All right, movie. This is the game
leave it
today.
there. That's
Yeah.
perfect. Let's let it sit there.
We
You can look it up on the internet if you want.
Yeah.
Just look up the Green River Killer. He was his cousin.
Hell yeah.
All right. Okay, let's go here. The movie character dating game. Now this is a fresh segment. We've never done this. We've never attempted
I
it.
appreciate that I'm part of it then.
No one's
This is the
attempted
kind of
this.
shit I love right here. So
So what we're gonna do here is I've got 5 or 6 male movie characters.
if you put 6, then the last one's going to be a surprise.
Yeah.
You never know.
Okay.
And then we're going to match them with who they should have dated, and they could have been. The reasoning is your own reasoning. Doesn't really have to be so they're a perfect match or whatever, or have kids. It could just be like however it goes. So, first person up here.
Really quick.
Yeah.
I want to say,
Clarification. Yeah.
with this list,
Okay.
it was very hard to choose somebody that they're not with in that movie because they seemed very perfect
Yeah.
for a few of these where it's like, why would it be anybody else but this?
Sure.
And so I had to be creative with who I chose. But continue.
Yeah.
I did try to pick single characters. They may have had a fling in the movie with somebody, but
Oh, so you stay within
Well, I
the
guess-
movie itself?
never mind. No, me? No.
Oh, about 6.
No. I went outside the
Yeah,
movies.
all of them.
They're all different
Yeah.
characters, and I have my reasons. But
So let's first up. We got Han Solo.
Okay.
Hell of a good guy. Bounty hunter? No, I mean
No.
smuggler.
Smuggler.
how could it be nobody else but Princess Leia, though? Like, it's Leia.
I
I
know.
don't know.
It was a struggle for
That's
me.
where my difficulty came, where it's like I had to find somebody who felt more appropriate than Princess Leia. But
Sure.
yes.
Well, where did you end up landing here, Adam? What's your pick?
okay.
Let's dive in here. Let's get.
So at first, since I thought Leia was so perfect, I'm like, then maybe I should try to give Han Solo somebody fun, somebody who would enjoy going on adventures and
Has an incestuous side to it.
this was the one I had the most trouble with. I had a really hard time with Han Solo trying to find the perfect, and when I finally thought of it, I was like, I need somebody sci-fi, somebody that wouldn't be afraid of space, and
Smart.
that could see the kindness that Han Solo truly does have, because he comes off as a bad man, but he's actually
Sure.
he
Han
has
Solo.
honor to him. Like
Hangs out with Chewie. How could you be a bad guy?
exactly. So I came up with Lilu from The Fifth Element.
Oh, yeah.
Because when she is born, it's very new, and if it wasn't Corbin Dallas who got her, if Han Solo, I think
Got
a
her in a
similar
smuggler run
result
somehow.
still would have happened, where she would have learned everything, been sad, but I think he still would have done his best to take care of her, and eventually
That was a good pick.
got back together. And I'm really happy with that choice. I'm glad I finally came to that. So
I think my only pushback there would be Han Solo. I think needs somebody to take care of him,
Yeah.
and he would be kind
That's
of
where I
raising.
that's
her.
fair, but I think once they as in Fifth Element, when Corbin and Lilu do get to it, they will be taking care of each other. And
Okay.
I think Han can also reach that
I like
same
it.
conclusion.
I
So.
like it.
Where'd you end up, Roy?
I'm going with good old Leanne from The Blind Side, Sandy Bullock's character,
Oh.
Firm, strong-willed woman, keep him in line, take care of him.
I've got so many lines popping in my head. I gotta say one of them at least. Amy always goes, Michael, Michael, you get? Who's your family, Michael?
Yeah, but I think it'd be good. She'd keep him in line,
Yeah, okay.
She'd keep him motivated to do his best,
Sure.
and she'd be taking care of him.
Boy, I wonder if they'd be able to stick together. I mean, he's got to
I know, but I think
smuggle. Got to smuggle.
I know, but I think she would get him smuggling the good things.
I
you know?
think.
Sure.
But
He wouldn't be hanging out
here's
in
my
the
pushback.
cantina.
Wouldn't
That's
you
right.
just think she's the biggest pain in the ass?
Oh
Though?
well, yeah, but
Yeah.
Han? Han?
but she'd keep him in line and on
Okay.
the right direction.
And she'd get Chewbacca that college scholarship
That's
he
right,
wanted.
and she
You know.
can-
I mean, this
Make
is
bank.
the real question. Can any of these people hang out with Chewie?
Well,
it'd be like,
I
you
think it'd
can't
kind of be
go-
like you marry someone that already has a pet.
Pet. Have you seen
I
Star
know,
Wars?
I know, but I'm saying like
They're buddies.
he's just part of the
That's
deal.
his friend.
It's just part of the deal. You either take him as a team or you don't take him at all.
Exactly. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Okay, let's move on. That pet thing, Roy.
Well, I'm
that's
not
rough.
calling him. I'm just
that is
as a
rough,
reference.
Who
man.
did you have, Ryan?
Yeah.
I went with Joe from Twister. Helen Hunt.
Oh yeah.
You know, got some
Seeks
baggage.
adventure.
Crazy pants. Scientist.
All right.
Yeah.
I like that.
That was mine. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good.
Not bad.
And she would be very interested in the world out
Yeah.
space
Yeah.
and learning all this. And yeah, that'd be good.
She seems like somebody that's going to roll with whatever you want to do, but not lose herself within it. You know, she's always going to be twistering.
I always had a
Twistering.
big
Yep.
crush on Helen Hunt and Twister.
Oh yeah.
She's magic.
Couldn't understand it, but I was all about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Big fan. Big fan.
So should we pick one of these, or should we just
I think we just leave it as.
leave it out?
Or is it got to be does it have to be a winner
'Cause-
in each one?
Not necessarily.
Because if we were to vote, we couldn't vote for yourself. You'd have to vote. And that
Sure.
would make it
Well,
only
unless
fair
you're
because
Ryan.
who would ever get the 2 votes would win.
Yeah, that's one
Unless
of those
it's
things.
a perfect 3-way
Right.
time.
So let's just leave it as it is.
Let's leave it
Okay,
as
we'll
it
leave.
is.
Next
That's just
up.
your
Let's just
opinion.
say we all killed
That's
it.
just your
Yeah.
opinion, man.
Yeah. Hey.
Let's all have one veto where we get to kick one of them out, though, if it's a really bad one.
Okay.
Okay. None of those were bad though. I liked all
Yeah,
of those.
no.
Those were all good.
Most of them were okay.
Yeah.
They were good.
Yeah.
For a last second pull, that was pretty good.
Last second, what do you mean, Roy? You didn't.
Did you just do that right before we got here?
Yeah,
today?
I literally did it sitting right here while we were waiting for you.
It took me like a day and a half to come up with these names, man.
All right. Happy
Wow.
Gilmore, a.k.a. Adam Sandler.
All right, how about you go first on this
Golf
one? Ryan?
legend.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, sure. Now, mine's a little out there. My reasoning here was he's like a little bit of a...
Hothead.
Yeah, he's
Say
got
it.
some issues.
Oh, yeah.
But, he loves his grandma.
Yeah.
Who's his grandma?
He's a lover. He's passionate. That's why I'm going. Rachel McAdams from The Notebook.
Ooh.
Oh.
Boy, they just hook up. They go like
But she's kind of a
they have
hothead
10
too,
kids,
though.
and they get divorced within 6 years.
Have
a
you
little
seen the
feisty.
Notebook? Have you seen the Notebook?
yeah.
She's battling. I mean, I guess he would have money though because he's on the golf tour.
Yeah.
It was a whole thing where he doesn't want to be with.
The poor person, the
Okay.
lower class guy.
I see where you went with there. I like
That's
that.
kind of that was my. I was,
Yeah,
I was
that's
keying
good.
into the passion.
Yeah.
Toxic passion.
I like it.
Okay, I'm gonna go.
Racifus
So I'm sticking because Adam Sandler likes to keep all the same actors in all of his movies. So I'm
keeps it
sticking
the
in his
family.
realm.
Yeah.
Kind of possibly a remake ish.
Mm.
Going with, and it's gonna be a LGBTQ
Okay.
relationship here.
I like
Oh,
it.
interesting.
We go Dr. Buddy Rydell from Anger Management, Jack Nicholson's character.
Oh.
The shrink, help him with his anger, get his
Oh.
game in line, keep him calm, peaceful.
Interesting.
He,
would you?
he
wanna
would. He does
date
need to
your
work on his
shrink,
anger,
though?
and
Yeah.
a shrink would be good.
Yeah.
But like constantly.
He's an anger management guy.
True, but I mean, would you want to date the person that's got to fix you? Isn't that a
I mean, he
codependent
kind of does in the
relationship?
movie already. The
Okay.
whatever
I'm not
her name
arguing,
is.
Roy. Just looking
just
for
saying.
clarity. That's all I'm looking for clarity, Roy.
And I would go with the Adam Sandler movie because he
Yeah.
only picks the same people.
Keeps it in the family.
They keep casting the most beautiful women ever for him,
Oh, I know.
and he gets every one of them, and it's just not fair. That's just not realistic. Let's
He's
be
very
honest. Except for
consistent.
you, babe. I love you. You're beautiful.
Adam, what do you got?
What do you got?
Okay, so Happy Gilmore. He's a sports guy. He loves hockey, but he plays golf.
Sure.
You're gonna have to have somebody who enjoys sports, who enjoys golf, who can deal with the anger, but still just like badass and want to have fun and just give Happy a good time because he's gonna be stressed out about like having to golf all the time. 'Cause
Sure.
it's his second sport. It's not his 1st sport.
Right.
I went with Mary from There's Something About Mary.
Oh, okay.
She's very laid back, cool. She loves sports. She drinks.
Yeah.
She's like that. Every man was obsessed with
Triple threat.
with that girl in there, and she was.
Good at handling moose products.
Yeah.
She's good with her hair. She's really good with her hair, but like all these guys weren't that impressive, and that's kind of where Happy Gilmore is.
Sure.
I always nothing against Adam Sandler, but like I said, like a lot of these women are way out of his league,
Right.
and that would also include Cameron Diaz and,
Oh, yeah.
and Mary. So that's why I went with.
That's a smart choice.
This was the second hardest one I had to figure out who I wanted.
I
And as
think
soon as
I
I
would-
thought Mary, I'm like, there it is.
Yeah.
I think I would go with yours. That's a good one.
Yeah, that was good,
That's a
too.
good match.
See, I had a
Nothing
day and a
against you,
half
bro.
to figure all these names
Yeah,
out.
I did too,
you're
but-
excused, Joe.
Yeah, you actually got the
You
same.
did too. You just didn't take advantage of it. I got you.
I like to keep him on the edge of your seat.
All right, now we're going into fantasy. We
Yeah,
had to have
this was a
something
hard
from
one for me.
fantasy here. We're going with Legolas from the Lord of the Rings movies, played by Orlando Bloom.
Yep. He was the
Um,
archer.
Archer, yep.
Elf.
And he had kind of a pure spirit,
Yeah.
if you might say.
Absolutely.
That goes in
Noble,
my pick.
willing to die for a cause, I would say, but probably never
Honorable.
planned on it.
Yes.
Immortal. Probably kind of an asshole too, though.
Probably.
couldn't
I could see
imagine-
that.
I wouldn't want to talk to him before his morning coffee.
No.
Maybe. Yeah.
Adam, why don't you start this one off? If you'd like, you're the guest. You can pick.
Yeah. Actually, I got a little bit of help from my wife Megan from this, and I actually really liked her choice, and because the more I thought about it, the more it made sense to me.
Oh, okay. We should have had her on then.
Oh, just for this question, I asked her. I'm like, hey, if you want, you can come on and say why, but no.
Sure.
I went with Wonder Woman. I
Okay.
went with Gal Gadot
I had that
because
as a thought also.
Oh, that Wonder Woman. I was going to say we've
Oh,
got...
Linda.
oh, not Linda Carter. No offense.
I'm trying to point at the wall. there.
Oh, look at that. Yeah, she's
Or
nice.
Linda for Linda's.
You just
she's
happen to be at a bar
nice.
called Linda's, and Brendan buys us a Linda every time he comes on.
Very nice. Linda Hamilton.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Very nice. Very nice.
Yeah, well, that's a good choice.
I have that one on my radar
figured
for him.
because she also is immortal, so they can grow old together. She has a lasso of truth, and I feel Legolas would be. He is a very truthful man. Like he'd have no reason to lie.
But just
Sure.
in case.
But just in case,
It doesn't hurt.
like, and that's where the trust will build because she won't use the lasso on him because
Yeah.
she does trust him.
She never needs to.
And
Just ties it
there's
onto
there's
his
something
foot at
there
night.
with like the Amazonian and
Yeah, the
Elvish world. Like it's all very fantastical, and there's
Sure.
something about it. And as soon as Megan said it, I was like, that works.
That's a
bam.
good one.
That is
a
good.
one.
Good pick.
Royce Cephas, you want me to go?
You
want
know,
to go?
I'm thinking he's going to change somebody. You know?
Yeah.
I
Okay.
picked the Wicked Witch
Oh, wow.
from the original Wizard of Oz. You know, if he would have been in
Not
her
Wicked,
life.
not the new
not,
Wicked.
Not Wicked. I haven't
Okay.
seen it. Don't plan on seeing it.
Okay.
But yeah, the Wicked Witch, you know, because he's pure, he's kind.
Yeah.
So I think he could hook up with her, you know, maybe change her ways, and we could avoid this whole trying to kill Dorothy type of situation, you know?
Yeah.
And you could completely eliminate that movie.
Right.
And he
Or,
doesn't-
and
he
her
doesn't
and Glenda
sweat.
could be friends, and
Yeah.
it'd be great.
Yeah. He doesn't sweat, so she doesn't have to worry about getting wet.
That's
So
true.
That's good.
Yeah, true. Oh, yeah, I didn't even think about that.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Good point.
Because she can't get wet.
perfect lover for her.
Yeah.
Smart. Match made in heaven. Or,
Yeah, I think he could change the world, you know?
I love your
Just like
outside the box
Eric
thinking, Roy.
Clapton song. The Glows could do
Cheers
it.
for heaven.
No, if I could change the world. That's sad. That's about his son.
Yeah, I know that is really sad.
All right.
That's why I thought it was a weird choice for you. I like that one. I am going to go with. I'm going opposites attract here.
Okay.
I'm going Marla from Fight Club.
Oh, yeah.
She's dirty.
That's
She's
funny.
filthy.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
mean, those
she
two are going
is.
to party.
Yeah.
So why Legolas then?
I just think he needs somebody like that.
Just a
you know?
crazy wild card in his
I
life
think
just
she
to mix
needs
things
somebody
up.
like him.
He needs to wake up to some adventure
Yeah.
every day.
That was good. That's a good pick.
She would be adventurous.
Oh, yeah. She would run him through the circuit, man.
So, yeah, that's what I got.
That's a good pick. I think I'd go with you on that one.
Okay. I'll
Even
take
though I
that.
do like, that was on my radar, the Wonder Woman one, but I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Like,
That's just, isn't that like mixing semen and semen? This is blood and semen.
That's absolutely. That's rattlesnake blood and semen right there. Yeah.
All right.
all right.
Let's
quick break.
come. We'll take a quick break and come right back. So next up, we've got
Jarvis.
Jarvis.
Why don't you go first, Roy?
All right. I'm sticking with the artificial intelligence theme here.
Smart.
I know it wasn't a big blockbuster hit, but her, it was Joaquin Phoenix, Scarlett
Son
Johansson.
of a bitch. That was mine.
Yeah, Samantha from that.
Okay, good one.
Because they could go anywhere. They're in the
Yeah.
web, you know?
It's a good voice too.
Yeah. But yeah, that was my pick.
I'm excited right now. It's a dumb reason. I don't know why, but you'll find out.
Yeah, I thought that was a solid pick.
So you got her as well?
Yep, I had her also, and I just think they get along well.
Yeah.
He's smart. She's sultry.
Mm-hmm.
They're both
AI.
sounds.
Yeah, they're both just series.
Sure. All right, Adam. Let's.
I
let's
called
bait
this.
it.
I
What's yours
called
gonna be?
this. I was like, you know what? It's got to be her because it's
So
AI.
is your
But
first
my
instinct
thing was,
also?
I had two things. I was like, one, I've never seen it, so I can't claim it. I don't know, but it's like two AIs. It's Scarlett Johansson. It's like, yeah, obviously, but.
ScarJo's so hot.
I had a hunch one of you two were gonna say it, and look and behold, you both had the same
Yeah.
guess.
Right.
So
Very smart. Good
I had to
sport.
think of something else. I'm like, who would be another good person for Jarvis? Like, and this is obviously pre-Vision when he doesn't become the
Yeah, that's what I was thinking
yeah,
too.
like
Sure.
it has to be the AI version. I went with Karen from SpongeBob SquarePants, Plankton's wife.
Oh, I'm not familiar.
I've never seen SpongeBob at all.
How have you never seen?
My
you have
kids have watched it, and I've just.
It's SpongeBob SquarePants.
It does not grab my
Karen
attention.
is so. Plankton is
I'm
is a
familiar
little
with his
plankton.
character, yeah.
Okay.
Yes, and he works at the Chum Bucket across the street. He does bad business, and he's always trying to steal the Krabby Patty formula. Karen is his wife. Karen is literally just a TV on a stand that moves around. Total
Okay.
AI robot.
Yeah.
Because that's all he can get. He had to create his own wife. I thought Karen, because Jarvis would actually treat her the way that she deserves to be treated, and she would recognize that and fall madly in love with Jarvis. Because Plankton doesn't appreciate Karen as much as she should.
Okay.
That's why I went with her. So
Good pick.
I called Sam. I even wrote it down here, which I'm going to surprise. I'm going to block what I had here, but just to show you, Samantha from her, and then I put Karen because I knew you guys were going to
Yeah.
say
Yeah,
something.
that was a good
So-
backup.
I didn't think either of you. I thought her was a little too obscure.
No,
I
didn't
that's
think-
the first thing I thought.
Because I didn't think
that's
I don't
too
think it did
easy.
very good in the block in the theaters, did it?
It got
I
some
think
like
it got
Academy
traction,
Award.
did it?
Yeah, it got a couple Oscars here and there, like
Yeah.
nominations at least. But
It was a
Yeah,
cool movie.
I thought it was safe.
It's worth
I
watching.
thought it was a safe.
yeah,
I'm like,
I've always wanted to say it, just never got to it.
Yeah.
I'm a pretty big movie guy, so I'm like, I don't know if anyone's seen that one.
Yeah.
But apparently someone has.
All right. Well, last but not least, got good old Roy Munson from Kingpin,
I was so excited you suggested him.
played by Woody Harrelson opposite Bill Murray. Bill Murray is old Big Ern, and Woody Harrelson is Roy Munson. Roy Munson, a down on his luck bowler who finds an Amish guy to
Get the money
to
and the girl for a little bit.
well, let's just say he finds his soul somewhere
Yeah.
in the movie, I guess.
Yeah.
And he finds a good haircut.
Forgot?
And he learns the difference between a bull and a cow. All right.
Even as a child,
I went
that was
first
such
last
a
time,
horrific
so
scene. Like,
I'll-
oh no.
I'll let somebody else go first this time.
I'll go first here. I'll go first. I'm going to Karen. This might be a little... So I want to say that Roy, he's got a dark side to him, you know? But he needs a ride or die. I'm going with Karen Hill from Goodfellas.
Oh, okay.
Why did you do that, Karen?
Yeah.
Why did you do that? You know, she's got her own she's her own hot bucket of mess.
Yeah.
But I just think that I could see them working
Yeah.
in a real bad way.
There's
But
such
they
a
would
bad way.
stay together forever.
That's it.
You like that one, Roy?
That was good.
Right. Don't just, let it out if you have.
No, I'm
something.
saying that was good.
Okay.
I like it. She might be used to a certain lifestyle
Yeah. I
with
don't think you
her
can
with
provide
her
that.
mafia husband with the extra income and
But maybe
lifestyle
she'd like not have
that
to over her
Roy
shoulder.
cannot provide. But he did,
But just think, after Roy wins it at the end, and then what's he do? Gets back on the circuit.
Maybe he's back
Yeah.
on the circuit making
Okay.
money.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's making mafia money, but he's making money.
Well, maybe she'll like
Sure.
not having to look over her shoulder, you know?
Yeah, there's that too.
True.
Maybe the
Very clean.
safety
a
is
little security blanket.
safety
you know?
is much more
Clean living.
better
yeah.
than money. Yeah.
Mhm.
Sure.
It's a good pick.
Yeah. Better than Penelope Cruz and Blow. She turns into a real piece of
God,
work.
she did.
jeez.
Real piece
That's
of
a good
work.
That's
movie, though.
bad. Like,
Yeah. First time I saw that
No
movie,
loyalty.
in the end, when it goes to the real guy and goes
Mm-hmm.
to the blurb, I was just like, this is a sad movie.
it was such a sad movie. It's a good movie.
Yeah,
but
it is
very,
good.
very sad. Yeah.
Keep her rolling here. Roy, what do you got? What do you got?
You know, she's been there before.
She's been there before. She's done that. She's
Yep.
I like that.
It's her type of catch.
Okay. Yeah.
She's always about the down and out athletic guy, you know?
Oh,
I'm
okay.
going with good old Adrian from Rocky.
I almost went with Adrian.
You know,
That's
she
not
can.
bad.
She's always going to be there for him. She's
Yeah.
always got his best interest in mind.
Sure.
You know, ride or die for sure.
She can take a few punches herself
Yeah,
too.
and she's not about the money.
She doesn't
Crazy
think she
brother.
has much to offer, so he
No.
has a shot to get in there.
That's right.
Yeah. It's all about love.
I like that.
Yeah, and she's always going to be in his corner
I like it.
That's smart.
because you
I
know
like
she was.
it.
Yeah, she doesn't care about the money. If it comes, it comes. If not,
Yeah.
it's fine.
Yeah.
Can you imagine how disappointed Rocky would be if he saw
With Roy.
her with Roy? Like, really?
Yeah.
You
But
didn't
hey,
want to go on a date with me, but you're with the hook? Like, what are
Yeah.
we doing here? No.
Yeah, I
saying.
saw you walking with Roy. God,
Yeah.
all my impressions are on point today.
Yeah, they're not bad. That's my pick because I think that's her niche. You know.
All right, last but not least, in the movie character dating game inaugural
least.
season
I only had those.
Roy Munson, we have
Yeah.
Adam.
I was trying to think. Roy has not much. He doesn't have anything to offer. He's
Sure.
sleeping with his landlord to
He peaked
to
early.
pay rent.
He
yeah.
peaked early. 300 when he was 19 or something.
Yeah. But that just shows you like he is a good guy. Like and like he just has he's had a bad path to where he ended up. And I was still unfortunately looking for like dirtbag female characters that would put up with how he looks, how he lives.
Yeah.
And I was doing quite a few like Google searches of like kind of get an idea, but it's like I couldn't come up with something. And then
Sure.
as I was putting, we still had our DVDs out for our Christmas movies because we watch them with the kids. And,
Jeez, what are those?
and yeah, did I just age myself? Is DVDs already aging myself?
Next thing we're talking about VHSs and 8
Yeah,
tracks.
put your
Hey,
VCR away. for some
Remember
Christmas.
those? Yeah. And I was put away that my wife and I also have our little adult Christmas, and I saw Bad Santa, and I was like, oh,
Oh yeah.
Beth, the bartender from Bad Santa,
Yeah.
works at a bar, and she was okay with giving this guy in a Santa suit a ton of Jack, just a whole bunch of drinks, and then immediately just nails him in the parking lot in a very disgusting
And
car.
moving in.
So she knew what
Yeah.
Bad Santa had to offer.
She was in for the train wreck.
And she was just like, this is fine. And but I also throughout the movie you feel like she's a good person. So I feel like she would
Yeah.
if Roy would have go to this bar in his pirate suit because he has the hook hand and everything like that, she'd be like, "Hey, I never had it with a pirate before."
Yeah. I've had
And
old Saint
so
Nick.
he would have the in,
Yeah.
and she would also see he's actually a good guy.
Sure.
And maybe something would happen.
Yeah.
But that was my pick. I was happy when Beth came to mind. I was like,
That was good.
He'd really hook her by the heart.
You're really hooked her by the heart. Yes,
Yeah.
Well, good job.
That's the same lady from Gilmore Girls, I believe, right?
correct. Yeah, Heather Graham.
Yep.
Heather.
Heather,
think
not
I-
Heather
Not Heather
Graham.
Graham.
Not Heather Graham, excuse me.
So-
I think I have it written here.
I've
Because I
never
was
seen
like,
Bad
what's her
Santa.
name? Lauren Graham.
Really?
Lauren.
Yeah.
Lauren Graham.
All right. Well,
So-
would you guys change anything if we did the movie dating game again?
I would have prepared a little bit better. But I think I had some pretty good picks.
But would you change anything, Roy,
I
from
probably
your
would
list?
change my Gilmore pick.
Your list was perfect.
That was hard. That was a hard one for me because it was just I thought it was perfect, and I just watched
Yeah.
the movie too,
Sure.
so that made it a little bit harder to picture him with somebody else.
Gotcha.
For a quick minute there, I did have the Fight Club girl for Munson because
Really?
it's like she
That'd be a train
goes to this guy's at the Paper Street house, and it's like she has no standards. Like she'd be down for Roy.
Yeah.
That just they turn into meth heads, though. You know, Mark,
Hey,
you got to do
That
better.
doesn't mean they're not in love. You know?
That's true.
Yeah, no, I thought everyone had a pretty good list.
Yeah.
That was fun.
Especially considering you just did it. That
Yeah.
was really good.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
I got
we
a lot
should-
of movie knowledge that helped. That was in my favor.
Yes.
If we took Roy's list away from him and asked him again, see if he could pick the ones that he said,
dude.
he probably wouldn't remember 'em.
I would.
I had
It
to
was
write mine
easy.
down. So
Okay, Roy.
Yeah.
Just checking.
I always write it down.
All right, well, we're going to put a pin in this segment. Coming back for the segment of the week.
All right.
Welcome back to the show, everybody, and thank you, Liquor Jacket, for providing all of the music in today's episode. Adam Henderson, we have you back for the segment of the week. Now,
ooh, there's way more licorice taste than that one.
oh, did I pour it out?
Oh yeah, that
I
tastes like
didn't pour it
licorice.
out.
That
no.
is black
I've
licorice.
forgotten that half the time.
Yeah.
So you're supposed to swirl it around and discard it. I gotta taste it now.
That's still good though.
It's fine. You're trying to get me drunk.
So Adam Henderson,
Yes,
I
sir.
mentioned Midwest roots in your intro because you hail originally from Kansas City, don't you?
No,
St. Louis?
no,
Do you hail from the Midwest?
not even a little bit. I heard that at the beginning too, and I'm just like, huh? I was like,
Missed the
is
mark on
Utah
that one.
Midwest? I don't think Utah, because I was there for a little bit, but I don't know where he's looking. But all
Okay.
right, we'll get to that later.
That was a
And
little
here
bit
we are.
Midwest adjacent.
Yeah,
A little bit of a guess there.
it's okay.
So where did you start off?
I'm a California boy.
Really?
Oh yeah.
I would never guess
Oh
that.
yeah, California bear and everything. I'm a California boy.
Interesting.
I hate the cold. Spokane is way too cold and gray for me all the time.
Man,
But my kids love their school, and my wife loves Spokane, so Mama gets what Mama wants. So
All right.
here
Smart
I am.
man. Smart
Yeah.
man.
well, instead of just baby stepping through your entire life, I've got a couple of questions that we can talk on either side of them.
I'll
and
talk
whatever.
for as long as you want. Go ahead.
So let's start with this here. What I'm interested is in how you got to where you're at and the life events in your life that forced you to where you are and your decisions along the way that helped guide you to here.
That's a very long-winded question.
That's a novel, bro.
Is there a clear before and after moment in your life that you now look back on with pinpoint accuracy and say, this moment clearly divides my life either from good, bad, mature, immature, some point that you can look back on of a before and after. Not necessarily a good or a bad thing, but just in a way that you changed and never went back to.
Yeah. I don't know necessarily change, but it's actually funny because I was just knocking Spokane, but it was when I moved to Spokane. There was a lot of stuff prior. I moved around a lot growing up, and my dad he has passed away. He was killed when I was very, very young, long time ago. No, don't worry about it.
How old were you when that happened?
I was 9.
Okay.
Yeah, and my favorite pastime in the world is to make awkward dead dad jokes. So just be prepared because they're coming. But
I wonder if I'll even get them because I don't even know where you're from.
Did you just meet this guy?
Apparently. I've only known him for 25 years.
Ryan, we've known each other for so goddamn long.
All right.
Which, by the way, Marsha, I am not a bad kid. I am a really good kid. I promise. I was not a bad influence on your son. I love your cookies. I wish your son would have brought some for me today because I have not had one of your cookies in a very long time. So
they're world renowned.
I know.
They're good.
So
they're hemlock renowned for sure.
no, Dad passed away when I was very, very young, and
Sure.
then just moving around with Mom wherever we went, and whether it was in different parts of California. At one point, we lived in Grand Junction, Colorado. We moved to Salt Lake City, Utah, and that's when things got really bad, and we were just trying to...
Bad as a family making mincemeat type of thing?
Oh, absolutely. Like a lot of homelessness and living in vans and
Hopefully not down by the river.
no, not down by the river. No, not down by the river.
It's a relief.
But just a lot of hardship, and luckily I had a lot of really good friends in Utah that had parents that were willing to let me stay with them at times so I could continue going to school. And I just tried my best to get things done. And then my mom got pregnant, and she had a baby, and there were some... if you see this, Mom, I'm sorry, but there were some drugs in his system, so we actually got taken away from our mom at that point, and it was a long time ago, and she went through the proper processes, if you will, and went to rehab and got clean and all that stuff like that. So things are better there.
That's good. Good
but
to hear.
It caused Tyler and I we went to the local boys' home for a while and went into foster care, and I was lucky enough that one of my friend's parents decided to go through the process of taking in a foster kid and stuff like that, so they can have me stay with them so I can continue going to school. And it was very, very, very sweet of them. Chad and Kathy, thank you.
Is that like a fast like were you not
No, I was at the boys' home for a couple months, taking the bus to try to get to school. It was a big pain in the ass, but...
And then they were able to... So within a few months, you're living at their house, and still going to school?
Few months, I was back at their house. I was in foster care for a little bit. My brother, Tyler, poor Ty, he went to a few different places, and I've heard some bad stories from him there. Some he says he appreciates and helped him grow in life, but other ones he's like, no, that one sucked really bad.
Sure. I hear that's a real hit and miss type of
Yeah,
situation.
you never know what you're gonna get. And I was lucky enough that I finally landed with my buddy Mike and his parents, and they kept me up, and so I can go to school. And then
You're like middle school then?
this is high school.
High school?
Yeah. This was sophomore, junior year. And so things got really dark for myself because my new baby brother, Sean, was with a in foster care as well. This is a really heavy episode now all of a sudden.
Sure.
Like, we were just having so much fun talking about
way to bring it down, Ryan.
Yeah, that's all right. You know,
Notorious for bringing something down.
It has a good...
so it's
ending.
part of your story. I know it's like
It's part of my story.
front-loaded with
Yeah.
some challenges, but
Yeah.
that's kind of why I wanted to ask about the before and after.
Yeah, and I'm
if
getting...
it occurred in there, or
Yeah.
if it that's what got you started on this.
So at one point it was very dark for me, and my baby brother the people who were fostering him were trying to adopt because they were trying to take advantage of the situation my mom was in, and so I was potentially losing them. And then I never saw Tyler anymore. I never saw my mom anymore, and I got a little suicidal at that point, and it was bad. And instead of doing that, I talked to somebody, and I went and got the help, and they decided that where I was not the best place for me, but they didn't know where to put me. And then luckily up here in Spokane, my behind your road on Hemlock on Milton, my grandma and grandpa, they went through the process of, because every state has their own thing of how you have to have a home inspection, all that. And so my grandparents were sweet enough to take me in so that I can be in a safe environment with family. And so when they sent me up to Spokane, that was the moment where it felt like stability.
Yeah.
It felt like that's when I met Corey, I met you.
Yeah.
Like I started Like I started coming and hanging out on Hemlock every day
Right.
after school, and it kind of felt like for the first I was on the basketball team. I was finally doing sports, and to this day, I still wish I would have played football over basketball.
Oh, really?
It
Yeah.
breaks my heart. I'm so much better at putting on weight than taking it off.
Yeah, you would have been a good tight end.
Yeah. Oh, just put me at left guard, dude. I would have been a good offensive lineman.
Not
No,
even-
but that's when things started to change.
That's when you think highly of yourself. You don't go for left tackle, you go for left guard.
Oh yeah, give me guard. Tackle's too much. I'm not
Well,
that
you
quick.
could probably pull pretty good.
I could probably pull pretty well. Yeah. But
Interesting.
That's
So-
that's when things changed because that's when I met Corey, and eventually Tyler got sent up to stay with my Aunt Stacy, who was also here in Spokane.
Oh,
And
okay.
my mom went through the proper processes to get Sean so they can be in a mother and children's house. So she was still going through rehab, but now she had our baby brother. And then when she was released, she came up to Spokane, and we were together after that. And then things just, you were part of that at that point, and like just everything was good. And you know, life has its ups and downs as things go. But I always like that. I'm gonna butcher this thought, but you can't always look to the future or dwell on the past. You gotta be happy in the present, or the present's a gift, or something like that. But
Yeah.
I've always remembered that, and there was another one where you can't always be working on your future. Sometimes you got to remember that the past you would always wished for your present you have right now, and that's absolutely where I'm at right now. Where I met my wife through Corey. Corey is Megan's Corey's cousin, and
That's the tailbone cracker. Right?
Yeah, I know.
Just to make
I
sure
got
you
it.
remember
I'm following.
who it was. Okay.
Yeah.
my wife is the tailbone.
No.
cracker?
Corey is.
Oh, Corey, yeah. I'm like, what do you know about my wife?
No.
No.
Yeah.
A lot of things have happened over the years, but I could not be happier. This is the life I always wish I had.
So that is a before and after moment in terms of your personal safety, growth, healthy environment. Was there a before and after of your? Did you change that much, or you just started to kind of flourish since you were in a better
Flourish is a
or
good word.
a more stable atmosphere?
Flourish is good.
So you never
It's-
forget that old guy of you.
Yeah.
You didn't change. You just that.
I
all
feel
those
like I'm the
experiences
same.
Totally inform
Yeah.
you who you are. Today.
I get told all the time, and this is gonna not a humble brag, but like I literally get told all the time, like, how did you not turn out to be a bad kid? Like, how did you not turn out to be some? And I'm like,
Depends on who you ask.
because I don't. Yeah, shut up. Yeah, Marsha. Again, I am not a bad influence. I promise. No, but
Okay.
It was a long process, and I'm happy that I feel like I stayed true to myself and who
Yeah.
I always was, and I was just in a better situation, so now I can flourish.
Sure.
Yes.
Good deal. Let's move on to the next question here. Got a real softball here.
Ooh.
Can you
Lob
speak
it.
to the difference between being a sensitive person and an insecure one? And if you could name one emotion that is your superpower, what would it be? Ooh. Now, while you think about that, I've always thought of you as a very sensitive, empathetic person, not
Absolutely.
in a bad way,
No. Yeah.
but feeling people's feelings. And I've said stuff to you that I think offended you or made you, or not, I can't even think of anything in particular.
Oh no, I want an example right
I-
now.
Well, the fact that he said you
But
were
I
from
can-
the Midwest.
Yeah.
I've
Thought you
joked
thought I was from
around-
Kansas City. Yeah.
I've joked around with you before, and I realized that some things like
Go for
just
it.
the
You're
sensitive
good.
nature. I honestly can't think of anything in
Oh, okay.
particular, but things that I meant as a joke, and you're like, "Oh man, do you really think I'm like?" Or
You know what? There was times in the past I remember you apologizing for me. I'm like, what are you apologizing for? And you're just
That's
like, I
fine.
don't know. I just didn't want to hurt your feelings. Like, I'm good. Like, you're fine. Like,
Sure, good.
The difference between being too sensitive and being insecure, unfortunately, a lot of it goes hand in hand.
Sure. Do you identify with those two things at all? Security and sensitivity? Or am I way off base with asking you
No,
this?
not at all. There was a time. I would say my insecurities are very, I guess, normal is the right word. That's not a good
Sure.
one, but like just everybody's, insecurities about themselves. Like, oh, am I getting too fat? Like all that, all that
Sure.
stuff. But there was a time where I thought it was a lot worse, but it turns out I was just being really oversensitive and stuff like that. I am an advocate for mental health. I think getting the help you need is responsible and important. And if you know you need it, go get it. And
Sure.
so since I've done so, like a lot of my insecurities have gone away. And
As far as my sensitivity is like, no, those won't go away. Like I'm still a people person. I'd rather people be kind than everyone deserves your kindness and respect until they don't.
Sure.
And I will give everybody that, no matter who they are, where they come from. I'm always going to give them my kindness and respect until they lose that.
Roy, what do you think about insecurity and sensitivity?
I don't know. I'm not very sensitive. So I've had some insecurities, though, but I think everybody has. Everyone's been insecure about themselves.
I'm going to make you hug me on the podcast.
But yeah, I don't know. I've just never really been,
Sure.
at least not in my adult life, just because of
I
my
think
life, I guess.
Sorry to talk over you.
Yeah.
Ask you a
Am I
question
lying
and
now?
ignoring it. I've always thought they're really really close to the same thing, only the perspective is different. Like your insecurities and your sensitivities are tied together, but it depends on if you're viewing them from somebody looking at you versus looking out. And as you get older, you stop caring about what people think about you, so naturally the insecurities start to fall away.
Yeah, oh yeah.
I mean, I think we're all in our. Oh, Roy's almost 40. We're all in our 40s.
I'm 42.
I'm on the cusp.
42. I don't care what.
You know,
people think
that
me
part
anymore.
of my life anyway, I feel insecure in sometimes. I can't even really think of a situation, but it's those of just, I used to be really insecure because I just constantly felt people watching me, and I didn't think I was that sensitive, but I don't know, maybe that was just a mirror being shown back to me growing up.
I never
Yeah.
thought of you as someone insecure, honestly.
I think I was just shy and quiet and didn't really want to.
I just thought you were
myself
shy and
out
quiet.
there.
I didn't think it was
Yeah.
about insecurities. I just
Yeah.
thought that's just
Maybe.
Lundy. That's just how he is.
All right, you want to move on to the next one? You feel like you've dotted your I's, crossed your T's on that question?
I feel good about that, but
Okay.
if you want me to delve in deeper, I can.
No, let's keep going here.
All right.
What emotion do you think would be your superpower, real quick?
What emotion? Superpower. So it meant for good. I guess superpowers can be for villainous
they can be for
reasons
bad
too.
too.
Yeah.
So pick your poison.
It's the wolf you feed.
Yeah.
What's up? Isn't that a...
I'm gonna give honestly my happiness, because it could be annoying at times, and I like to have fun.
Because it
man.
can be...
So it could be villainous or
It could be either, like,
Or-
whatever makes me happy. Like, and the happier you are, the more likely the people around you are going to be happy, and that could be contagious. And
I like it.
it's just a good thing to be happy, man. Just have fun.
Sure,
It's-
sure.
Why make things difficult and miserable for everybody when you can just be in a good mood, you know?
yeah.
So you're natural...
Roy,
Yeah.
what's with this guy?
49er fan.
Yeah.
40 fucking Niner fan.
You know, I've been with him for a long time. I can't turn my back on him now.
too many Super Bowls to be happy.
5.
It's so miserable.
It's been a while. It's been a long haul since the early 90s.
All right, let's
A lot of letdown.
shift gears here a little bit here. Do you consider yourself a fan or fanatic when it comes to the Kansas City Chiefs? Have you had to explain your passion to your kids?
No, I never will explain it to my kids.
Yeah.
They just have to accept it, and they have.
So do the refs just take out like a monthly due from all the fans?
Yeah.
Or?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Like we all have this whole Venmo account we have to add
Yeah.
our $2 into as fans.
Just a payroll deduction?
Yes,
Similar
it's-
to the Bills Mafia, only it's just to pay the refs.
Yeah. Just a
Not
paywall.
doesn't go to a
Yeah.
cause.
God, the whole refs bullshit is so funny to me.
I know. I just had to bring it up because I know it's a
I
real
know.
sensitive subject with Kansas City.
like,
fans. No, everybody misses
we
calls.
could get into this if you want. Like, I think a lot
Every
of it
team
is.
gets away with calls,
Yeah,
especially holding
and-
calls. It's on every single play. Some lineman's holding another one.
Oh yeah, and I could show you stats about how the Chiefs are one of the most
Yeah.
penalized teams in the NFL, but no one cares because
Yeah.
it's only the penalties that happen in.
I only started hitting the Chiefs when they started doing so much shit with Taylor Swift. It's like, I'm not here to care about Taylor Swift.
I'm a Swiftie, bro.
No, but I want to watch the game. I
course
don't
you
care
are.
what Taylor's doing up in the box with his
cares?
mom.
Who
Yeah.
cares?
Like,
It's fun.
it's great they're together.
You gotta remember, football is, yes, it's a sport, but it's entertainment too. These guys want ratings, and since Taylor Swift has been part of the Chiefs,
Oh, yeah. It's skyrocketed.
they gotta make sure the Swifties get their looks
Oh,
too.
yeah,
and
I
if
know.
Travis gets a touchdown, show Taylor. Who cares?
Yeah.
Like, they have fun.
Or if
They
he
show
almost gets hurt.
They showed George Kittle's wife. Who cares? When
Yeah.
Tony Romo was playing, they showed Jessica Simpson. Who cares? It's it's a couple seconds a game.
Yeah.
We'll live. I'm sorry that you hate it.
It's just a lot.
I'm not much of a shit talker when it comes to football, and,
No.
I won't. I did say immediately, like, oh no, and
I know, you
but
came in
it,
hot.
but it was more of a like, oh no, he's not gonna like me because I'm a Chiefs fan.
Yeah,
Like,
no, I don't
that's
care
all
about
that
that.
was. So it's actually I disappoint a lot of people because I don't talk shit, but. It works out well at work because nobody ever talks
No
shit
one
to
comes
me.
at you.
So
Yeah, they're all
because
probably-
I am absolutely in the boat of, it, if you can't dish it, or if you can't take it, don't dish it. And
Yeah.
I can't take it, so I do not dish anything. And everyone's been surprisingly very cool with me about talking shit. And, and it's like, I'll take this.
It was just an easy, low-hanging fruit. I just had to jab at it, you know?
As far as a fan or fanatic, I would...
Actually, before you start right there,
Yeah.
let's put a quick pin in this segment. Move it on to the continuation of this segment, if you wouldn't mind. Welcome back to the segment of the week. It's everybody's favorite segment here. Adam Henderson on the hot seat getting grilled. Do you need to be flipped over yet?
Oh my God, maybe.
Well, you were just about to talk about the Chiefs fandom.
Oh, yes.
Fan or fanatic.
So,
I kind of laughed when I wrote that.
what do you think the difference is?
A fan is just a guy that's like, yeah, I turned the game on, whatever.
I'm a fanatic. Yeah. It's
And I think a fanatic's like, I'm full in.
Yeah.
It's
I'm acting like I'm right there in the game.
I think where I draw the line is a fanatic, a team's win or loss affects their daily life.
oh my
Yeah.
God, I'm such a fanatic.
Yeah. I'm a closet fanatic.
You know
of
what
the
I
Niners.
should have pulled up was that clip of you calling into that Kansas City radio station.
Oh God, it was so bad. It was the Steelers and Chiefs. This is back when Alex Smith was still quarterback, and like the Steelers just they just tore up the Chiefs. And I got a little saucy that night. And to this day, I listen to Kansas City sports radio every single day. And
Yeah,
no
that's-
joke,
yeah, fanatic then.
I listen to
Yeah.
the 4-hour show every day. I have there's 3 different podcasts that have 6 different shows. This is all I listen to.
Yeah.
And I don't know any new music.
Can you listen at work? When you're
Yeah,
doing your
yeah,
stuff?
I have some breaks and gaps in there, and
Oh,
like
but
times that I can have my headphones on and stuff, and just
Oh,
listen to
that's cool.
stuff. And but
'Cause that's a lot of time you're talking about.
oh yeah, I do it all the time. I'll go home and like when I'm helping with chores, doing dishes, I'll have that podcast on, and I'm sure it drives all my kids nuts every time they get in the car. I have it on
Because
but-
you're kind of like, huh? What was that?
yeah, huh? What? Sorry, I needed
Huh?
to hear that. Sorry, this is I need to know these things. Like I'm
Yeah.
not part of the whole situation at all, but.
So why do you let the Chiefs affect you like that?
I don't know. The best way I could put it, and I always tell my wife, is I'm always home and I'm always watching the sport. I'm always watching the Chiefs, and it's my biggest hobby. And I don't know if it could be necessarily a hobby because you should just be watching it like, oh, my team won, or oh my. But it's like it's my thing.
Yeah.
And I've been a Chiefs fan since I was a little kid. And I've been with every horrible team.
Since you were born there.
No, it's actually since my dad passed because my dad was a Niners fan. And I really like Christian Okoye. I always thought the Nigerian Nightmare was the coolest nickname in the world.
Christian Okoye, I don't think I know that
He was
one.
a running back. He was a running back in the 90s. And
Do you know him?
when,
Ryan?
No.
I almost wore my Christian Okoye jersey too. I should have with you wearing that
Fake
Niners.
fan,
Yeah.
fake fan.
Fake fan. I mean, this is.
Andrea probably knows that.
I'm wearing a Kansas City shirt right now. So, but.
And a Kansas City cock sleeve.
Well, that's a permanent fixture I have on. So
It gets cold in here. I get it.
Hey, I'm warm. I'm good. So.
It's all about keeping your core temp up.
But when Joe Montana came over to the Chiefs, and that was my dad's, I was like, since then, I was like, okay, I'm a Chief fan for the rest of my life. And I have been. And I was there for the 2-14 teams. I was there for
yeah.
just
lot of
Brody
those.
Croyle and the horrible Matt Castle years with Todd Haley and like just horrible times. I was there every game. And
Priest
it would
Holmes?
Priest Jones?
Priest Holmes?
Priest Holmes, yes.
Fun times.
Yes, I wish Jamal Charles was on this team
Oh,
right
Jamal
now because this
Charles,
would be
yeah.
the most disgusting team in the world. But
Yeah.
regardless, no,
So-
for whatever reason, even when they sucked and I knew they were going to lose every week, it would just ruin the rest of my week. And Megan hated it. And throughout our almost 16 years of marriage, I've actually gotten really good at watching the games with her now because there was a time
nice.
where she would tell me to my face, I do not like watching games with you. You
Yeah.
are no fun to watch games. Granted, there might be some correlation with them winning now.
Yeah.
Because they pay the refs off
Yeah.
to help that out.
Yeah.
So thanks for the refs
And
for
they're
saving my
thanking you.
marriage, apparently.
They're thanking you for your monthly
Yes.
Yeah.
But no, I've always I don't know why it affects me. I can't explain why. It's a
Yeah.
ridiculous thing, and I think it's just I invest so much time into them and listening to what's going on in the news, and I know way too much about this team that I don't need to know.
Well, it's
And
better than hookers and blow.
That's what I tell my wife. At least I'm not at the bar every night getting drunk, coming home, spending all our money. Like I'm literally I'm at home watching the Chiefs, and luckily my wife's a sweetheart and buys me all the gear and fun stuff.
Yeah,
and I got a lot of fun stuff for Chiefs. I got a lot of memorabilia in my garage. It's fun. So
I think my favorite thing that I've seen you wear is your is it like a leather helmet or bomber cap type thing?
I got the old school leather head helmet. Yeah,
That's
with the
pretty
Chiefs.
cool.
Everybody loves that thing, and they wish they could have their own, but my wife was cool and got it for me when the time was. We were actually only dating at that time when she bought it for
really?
me. Yeah.
Wow.
I've had that thing for a while now.
That's when you get the best presents.
My new favorite hat she got me was my captain's hat. I have like a captain's hat that I wear with my Chiefs overalls, and like I got my big chain with my
KC logo on.
Oh hell yeah!
That's
Oh
what
hell yeah!
Mahomes-
I'm a fanatic. There's
Yeah.
no question. I know I'm a fanatic. so.
unapologetic fanatic. I like it. Let's
Absolutely.
change gears here. Let's change gears here a little bit. I'm just going to ask the question I wrote.
I like
Smart.
it.
It's kind of we probably shouldn't have changed gears there yet, but
Here, hold on. Where's the question at?
down here.
Okay. I would like Roy to read me the
Where is
question.
that?
It's this one right here.
I don't give Roy the papers ever.
This is new.
How would you describe your inner circle of friends? How have you dealt with changes to that circle?
Ooh, okay.
Good question, Roy. Thanks.
So I think you guys.
Hey, fuck you for asking that, man.
Damn it, he was going to ask that.
That's pretty fucking personal.
As you guys know, you guys are getting older. Like
Yeah.
and for whatever reason, men are always like this too. Like you can. I haven't seen Corey for a while now, but as soon as I see Corey, it's like I saw him the day before, and it's
Yeah.
always going to be like that.
Right.
And as you get older, you start seeing your like inner circle of friends less and less. But when you do get that opportunity, like right now, you and I,
Yeah.
Granted, you thought I came from Kansas City, and I'm honestly questioning
How
how
close to
much
the
you
circle
know.
is
Yeah,
he?
I have no idea how much you know about me, honestly.
You might be an outlier.
Yeah.
I am wondering when I started that thought.
You're just like, he's so obsessed
probably-
with the Chiefs, he
yeah.
has to be from Kansas City.
Especially
That's
before
probably
they
what
were
happened.
great. They just feel like, oh, this kid must be
Yeah.
from there. Why would he not be
But,
a Seahawks fan?
I appreciate. I consider Travis and Corey to be my two best friends
Yeah.
in the world. And,
Not you, though, Ryan.
And that is in no particular order.
He stole Corey from me when he moved
I
here.
totally stole him from you, and I was so
heard that
happy. I'm
twice
so
now from
hoping
you.
we were going to talk about
And then
this.
Corey stole Brendan from me.
Yeah, we just left Ryan in the dust.
I found Roy 20 years later.
Wait, what was that? What was that guy's name you got an apartment with right out of high school?
Oh, Lee?
Lee. Yeah,
Hall.
Lee was such a good guy. I liked Lee. He was good. But
He got hit by a car. Totally fine, though.
oh, okay.
A
I was-
little different, but
I thought I was about to get dark again. I'm like, dude, we were having fun.
he's walking his dog across the street, and he saw the car coming, and he jumped, but his head hit where the windshield meets the roof, and that might not be right, but he got his head pretty. And you know how he always used to be really quiet,
Yeah.
and he said like after this accident, he's like, now I just talk and
Now
I
he
just
doesn't
tell
shut up?
everybody everything, and I'm asking questions. It was really funny.
Maybe broke him in a good way. Then.
Yeah, you never know.
Got him out of the shell. No, it's
He's from He lives in California now.
ooh, where?
Look at that. I don't know.
Oh,
A serious
it's okay.
question.
I just very obvious you don't know where your friends live or come from. So like this is just funny to me.
It's fun to think about him. I haven't thought about him in a long time. But anyway, yeah. Go ahead. Where were you?
Roy, we're having a conversation
Yeah,
over here.
I'm
Just
good.
hold on a second.
Yeah. Did you
I'm taking it all in.
I'll mute your mic
I
again, Roy.
honestly need to hear the question again. What was it?
Oh,
Here, hold on, Roy.
yeah.
It was your question, Roy.
Right.
Sorry.
How would you describe your inner circle of friends? How have you dealt with changes to that circle?
Oh, okay.
That's way too personal.
No, that's not too personal.
Shut
No,
your
like
dirty
we're
mouth.
still good.
You're
Like
nasty.
we're for the lack of a better phrase, hard as a rock. Like we're good to go. Wink.
A little swing.
No, we all got our own things going on. We got our own families. Travis just had his baby girl, and honestly, like this is I feel horrible because I have not met her yet, but I will get to it eventually.
Sure.
And I'm very excited to meet her and see him again and all that stuff like
So,
that.
have you dealt with change within your inner circle?
No,
No. Okay.
no, and I'm okay with it because I
Yeah.
like my inner circle. I like my family. I like my close friends. I like my
Yeah.
my not as close friends. Sure.
Your ex Christmas light hanger.
My what?
Your ex-
Oh yeah, dude, I don't like heights, and I didn't like being on
No.
my roof, and so Ryan was a sweetheart because he's on a ladder all the time. He came over
Yeah.
and hung up
So-
some.
well, not anymore.
But
Don't let him fool you with his ladder skills. They've really gotten rusty lately.
I've gotten better too, as you could tell. I have
Yeah.
all my lights up, so
That's
look
probably
good.
good because he can't get on a ladder anymore.
You got a pretty nice.
He works the pole now.
Oh,
I bought I do a lot of work from the ground,
Oh, that's good.
but don't let
Good tips?
Roy fool you.
Good tips, right?
Yeah.
No, only the tip.
Only. Oh, still a good tip then. Okay, that's good.
Let's move it on to the next question here. What do you think prepared you best for the great task that is parenting?
Oh man.
You have a blended family.
Yes, I have a half brother. Sean's my half brother.
I met the one you're raising, right? Some of
Oh
them.
yes, I'm sorry. I thought you meant me personally. I'm like, this is about me. Yes, Emma, my oldest. She is my she is my stepdaughter. But I've been with her since
She's
she
in
was
high school
one.
now, right? Or
She's in college. She's
yeah.
at WSU right now, and yeah, you'll catch me wearing a lot more Coug stuff lately. And I really don't have affiliations with any college teams,
Yeah.
but I'm wearing Coug stuff all the time because that's where my baby goes. So,
I think it's a fun question to ask people because the task of parenting, as I like to call it, is so varied. Like in my house, I got a 3-year-old and a 16-year-old.
yeah,
And you're hated and loved, worshipped and despised. And yet you still just gotta, you're like, well,
Yeah.
we got 3 meals a day we gotta get through.
Yeah.
So.
yeah, it's.
Did anything particular in your path? Like, do you hearken back to it, or do you feel like you're carving your own path here? With
There is, and this is going to sound very negative towards somebody. There is there is a way to do it and a way not to do it, and I was showing a lot of the different ways not to do it, and I call back to that playbook a lot and what not to do, and I make sure that
shown the ways not to do it.
correct.
Yeah.
And I make sure my goal in my life, and it always will be, is to give my kids the life that I wish I always had. And I can honestly say wholeheartedly that I am accomplishing that so far. And my kids have a good life, and they're happy, and they don't know what it's like to go without. And
Yeah.
I've prided myself as a parent in that way, and I'm very grateful. I know I mentioned her a million times, Megan. I love you. I love my wife. She's the best partner I could ever had,
Yeah.
and she's very persistent on making sure kids are involved in things and doing things
Sure.
that I didn't get to do when I was a kid. And so it's just
Yeah.
it's just so nice to have somebody, because I mean I'm still, unfortunately, I still find myself, oh, I don't want to go to that. Like, oh, the kids have this. You know,
Yeah.
like every parent has that moment where you're like that. But
Just a little tired. And,
it's
Yeah.
my wife that motivates me. Like, no, this is their practice. Let's go to. And it's like,
Yeah.
you're right. And then I go, and then I'm like, I'm so glad I came, and
Nice.
and I'm grateful. I'm always going to be grateful for her. So
Yeah.
So no, that's yeah.
Roy, do you have any comments on that question?
Well, I mean, no one gets right out the gate.
Yeah.
You know.
Do you hearken back to anything that helps you as a guiding light for
Well,
parenting?
I made a lot of mistakes with the first one out the gate because I was just stupid and in my 20s and
Young,
wanted
yeah.
to keep partying because whatever, you know.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, I realized that was not
Sure.
the right way to go.
Yeah.
And I've made other mistakes along the way, I'm sure, but
Yeah.
you just kind of there's no book. I mean, there are books, but they're not right. You know,
Sure.
that's some person's view of their perfect way
Yeah.
of raising a kid, but every kid's different.
Parenting books are cool, but it's like you could chop up every single one of them
Yeah.
and put this chapter from that one, this
Exactly.
chapter from
Yeah,
that
like
one.
you don't know what type of attitude or emotions your oldest child's going to have compared to your youngest child.
Exactly.
Like,
Yeah.
it's a different playbook for each kid. You know.
But
Every kid's different.
Yeah.
Every environment's different. It's so much trial and error, and you learn, and you think you're going to be better with the next kid, but it's a whole new book you have to open.
Yeah,
and
and I had a
learn.
pretty decent upbringing, I think, but
Lucky.
you know, like
typical 49.
I bet you like have a nice talk with your dad last week too, right?
my
That's
dad actually
nice.
died a couple years ago.
Oh shit! Dead Dad Club. High five. All right.
But yeah,
Nice
no,
try.
but yeah, yeah,
Lucky Ryan. This
yeah.
fucking guy.
I know. So I was both his parents.
Hey, Dad, I know you're watching. I love you.
Yeah. Me too, Marty. You're a good
Dad,
guy.
I know you're watching too. I love you.
But yeah, no,
Oh,
it's just
boy.
we were pretty fortunate.
Yeah, yeah.
But I try to still make my kids feel like they're
I've
living with a
never-
millionaire, you know.
We've never seen a dead dad reversal on this show.
Yeah, we
before.
have.
That was good. That was good.
But yeah, no, it's there's no right or wrong. I mean, there is wrong ways, but I mean,
Yeah.
it's going to be different for every family,
Right.
because that's the way they were brought up, and so they're going to try to take pieces from how they were brought up to
Yeah.
how they raise their kids. And
Oh yeah.
it's just a mixed bag.
Yeah, that's for sure. It's definitely a mixed bag. I mean, I've had
What about you,
A
Ryan?
lot of failures. What's the question again?
You've had a lot of failures in life.
Oh, well, I mean,
I went to high school with Amy, actually.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That seems to be a real.
what prepared
I mean,
me
yeah,
best?
we're all in the same area,
Yeah.
so it's, but yeah.
I mean, when I think of parenting, I do think of my mom raising us because I had a family of 4 living in the house. She worked. Our grandma lived at the house, and I think what I took from that experience that informs how I parent is just the consistency. It's like,
It's important.
I mean, she got mad at stuff, of course, but it's like there was never, consistency is probably the easiest way to put it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I try to be is like consistent, stable,
And
but that doesn't mean you can't get mad.
Yeah.
And I've
Yeah.
kind of had trouble learning that part because I'm like, oh man, I can't rock the boat. I don't like, because I as a kid, like, I didn't like the extreme parts of things. You
Yeah.
know, like getting my mom mad or whatever it was, always made me feel really, really off. So I've gotten better at, like, my wife is kind of the other side of that. She's fine.
Be careful.
I've learned from my wife very well in that department. And it's true. I mean, you can get. She always says, like, friends and family fight all the time. It's fine, but it's like glue the pieces back together.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
don't break them.
Consistency is important to kids too. They like a routine. If you got kids in a routine,
Yeah.
things just run smoother. That's in my experience, at least. Where
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
if they
Whether
know,
they like it or not.
whether they like
love
it or not, but they
And they'll
there's
appreciate
something-
it when they're older too.
They
Yeah,
totally
there's something
thrive in
comforting
a
and
routine.
consistency. And
But think, if you just caved to your kid every time, think about
Oh,
how
my goodness.
disrespectful they'd probably end up being when they're older.
Oh yeah, and what they
Emma.
expect. Yeah.
I mean, we give our kids a lot, but I mean, like, I don't just like, oh yeah,
Sure.
you want to go out? Yeah, let's go out. Oh, you
Yeah.
want to do this? Yeah, every day, let's do it. It's like, well, no, not today. Okay,
Yeah.
maybe later this week. Like,
Don't you think it's funny that Adam has some expectation that other people will watch this?
yeah,
I know who's gonna watch it. I'm catering to
You're
them for
addressing
sure.
them.
Oh yeah,
we're gonna have a
absolutely.
nice Monday night if it
I'm
goes
trying to
to
get
your plan.
I'm trying to get myself a whole bag of cookies from your mom. I'm trying to get a rise out of Brendan eventually. I will get you, Brendan.
Should have been here on New Year's Eve.
I know, I
A whole
should've.
bag of Marshall cookies here.
Unfortunately,
and
this is the first
delightful.
time I was invited, but as soon as he heard I was interested, I was invited, so that's good. I'm going to give him credit
There
for
you
that.
go, yeah.
So, yeah.
Good deal. Well, that pretty much brings our show to a close here. Adam, thanks for coming on.
Yeah, thank you. It was great.
We'll have you back on. You've
I hope
expressed
so.
some interest in our open producer
Hell yeah.
vacancy. So
I would love to be part of the show. This is fun. This is easy. I like this.
Just make sure you're free on Friday or Saturday nights.
yeah,
I should be. I work in mornings right now, so I
Perfect.
Yeah, I should be good to go.
good deal. Well, everyone,
Really quick. I love you, Asher, Quinlan, Phoebe, Emma,
that's about it.
my
Yeah,
wife,
we're moving
Seaweed,
on.
Marsha. I want a bag of cookies. I'm a good boy. I promise.
Hey, Roy, remind me to go on camera 2 when we do the end of the
All
segment.
right. Well, this is the end. You got 2 minutes.
Camera 2. Hi, how's it going?
All right. Well, everyone, have a good week. Adam, thanks for coming on, and we will see
Yeah.
you guys.
Happy New
next
Year.
week.
Happy New Year.
Ciao, ciao.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Searching everywhere for you, 'cause I want one, need one, give me one more. I'm waiting by that window for